This video is made for entertainment purposes only, and it is not meant to hurt anyone at any time. Happy Pride to everyone, and I hope you all enjoy this video. This video today is true and all alleged. Well, basically, this is a story time video, and all in this video is very true. Again, this video is not meant to hurt anyone in any rate. Happy Pride, and thank you all for joining me on this video. I love y'all, and thank you. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 541. I think that's what episode I'm on. Thank y'all for joining me. Welcome to episode 541 of DDTS. I think that's what episode I'm on. Listen, I have not been doing that much content as of late, but I've been taking a couple of days off, almost a week. But hey, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and post a video today, make a little bit of content. This video is going to be a video about what comes to my mind. There's some things I just feel that I want to get off my chest pretty much. And although it's Pride Month, I'm definitely going to talk about that as well. That is Pride Month and what Pride Month has meant to me, what it means to me, and why it's important to me. Why it's important that we celebrate Pride Month for the peoples in our LGBTQ community. And although it is a bunch of peoples that does not like pride, they don't understand what it means, they don't want to understand what it means, it may go against some's beliefs and all of that. And I really want to say I appreciate the allies, I appreciate the peoples that love what our community stands for. And I love the fact that it's a lot of peoples out here in our community that really wants to learn, that really wants to know what pride, which is of the LGBTQ community, stands for. And if I may say this, pride to me, it's not just for peoples in our LGBTQ community, but it's for peoples that is happy for themselves, that is happy with themselves, that is happy to be themselves. And to me, it represents how much things that people have went through in their lives that they can talk about. And really, that's why I say that's what pride stands for as well. You being able to open up about your truth, open up about yourself, what you've been through, in everything in your life. But I'm going to talk about pride of the LGBTQ community. I know I look a little rough. I took a bath today. I didn't do nothing to my hair, so I decided to just put put my do-rag on, but it's totally fine. We still gonna rock it. I'm putting my glasses back on so I can see a little bit more and see a little more good. Hold on, y'all. I'm back, y'all. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about what pride means to me. And I'm gonna talk about, basically what's been going on with me a couple of days and everything in my personal life. I might give y'all a little story time. And I might just, I might just vent to y'all. But this is not no hot gossip, no hot tea. I have not been on social media enough to basically say what the hot tea, hot gossip is. But I may include some things of some little things that I've saw. But what pride means to me, pride means everything to me. It's like me being able to be my authentic self with my sexuality, me and being happy with the fact that I've came out of my shell a little bit, me being happy that I was in a place where I was on the DL, because me being a part of the black community and me being a part of a community, which is the LGBTQ community, the gay community at that time, where I did not want people to find out about my sexuality. I didn't want people to find out about who I loved, who I wanted to be with, who I was having relations with, or however you want to say it, which wasn't too many or too much of anybody. Because if you know, being a part of the black community and you are gay, being a part of the gay community, or if you are a person of color and you are part of the gay community, you pretty much have a lot to deal with, because you have those family members that, that try to be judgmental, that is hypocritical, that is homophobic, and they are really quick to go to the Bible. But they don't want to focus on the other peoples that has been doing things a lot worse in their own community, in our own community. They don't want to talk about the peoples that's out here unaliving, peoples that's out here stealing, that's out here doing substances. If you know, you know. They don't want to focus on that. They want to reward those that has pretty much destroyed, pretty much made decisions on their own, which they know that wasn't good. They want to have sympathy for them. But when it comes to being a part of the gay community, the LGBTQ community, and you are a black person or a person of color, such as the Latino community, Hispanic community, like that. So I'm just going to put it all in that category. The black community, the Hispanic community, Latino community. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be respectful. And if you are those things that I've named and you are part of the gay community, you pretty much don't have or didn't have, you didn't have that support at first. And it's a lot of people that still don't have that support, because I really feel me at the time being on the DL, honestly, it was not me. I was not happy. I really wasn't. I was not happy at the point that I was on the DL. But I knew at some point that I had to come out of the closet. And that's what I did on May the 24th through the 27th of 2020. I was so happy to come out, and I was ready to come out, because I was not happy with myself. I was not who I was wanting to be, because me being on the DL is kind of like I was still trying to hide the fact that I was a homosexual, because I was worried about and I was scared of being judged by peoples in my family. I was scared that I was basically going to disappoint them and not be what they wanted me to be. I eventually had to make a decision on my own, because I'm like, hey, if other peoples can come to terms with their sexuality or whatever decisions that they want to make in their life, so why can't I? So when I told my folks and when I told the peoples that was around me, and this and that the third, and I told my friends of that I had, that I was talking to at the time, that I had came out, it's like, wow, a big weight was lifted up off my shoulders. And so with that being said, I think that I included that in another video that I did. With that being said, it's kind of like when I came out of the closet, and when I have came to terms to come out of the closet, and when I had came to terms to accept the fact that I had to do this for me, if I wanted to be happy, if I wanted to find happiness, if I wanted to continue to move on with my life. So once I done that, I started trying to connect with peoples on the outside and on social media, which is what I'm doing now. I didn't get pretty much lucky on the outside world. I didn't get pretty much with the personal world, with meeting people's face to face. I met a couple. I went out to lunch with a couple of peoples. Well, basically just one person. And I can tell y'all that the worst thing that you can ever do as a person that is a gay man, which is myself, the worst thing that you could ever do as a gay man, myself, the worst thing that you could ever do is fall in love with a DL person. Because honestly, that's what I did at one point in time. When I came out, I did not know that this person was DL. This person had a girlfriend. And at that time, I did not know what to expect. I did not know what to do, because I asked them. I asked this person, like, are you this and that? Are you this? Are you this? Are you this? And they told me that they were DL and they have a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, okay. And I tried to get away. With losing communication with this person. Now, let it be known that I did not meet this person face to face, but we did communicate on social media, on the apps, or whatever you want to call it. This is when I was on Grindr. This when I was on Tamai. This when I was on Plenty of Fish. This was when I was on Tinder. But now that I'm older, it's like I don't need that anymore. Because hey, I can find people who I want to communicate with, who has my best interest at heart. Whenever I'm ready for it, like I can find people on social media. I can find them on Facebook Messenger, this and that third. Because this day and age, people's just be inboxing you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all that, which is happening today. So So the thing was, everything was going good. We had a good conversation, and as time progressed, when we was having this conversation, let me remind you, this was in 2020 or 2021. Let me remind you, we was having a good conversation. We was laughing and everything. We was doing our little talking and stuff, little flirtations, or however you want to say it. Now, I apologize if I'm getting a little too personal on here, but hey, it's Pride Month, and I'm just telling you what pride means to me. And we was having a good conversation, and the next thing I knew, I don't know what happened. We was having a good conversation. We communicated for about a good 2 to 3 weeks. But when the third week came, or it was either the second week or third week. When the second or third week came, it's like this DL person, blocked me or unfriended me on all platforms, meaning Instagram, because that's where he found me at Instagram. He unfriended me on Instagram, he unfriended me on Twitter. I don't know what it was, what happened, but I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. The thing what happened was I think he might have got upset with me, or I might have said something that rubbed the person the wrong way when I told him that, I was developing feelings for him, and I told this person, I was like, and you have a significant other, and I don't want to come in between y'all. I don't want to destroy anything. I don't want y'all to lose y'all's relationship because of what we got going on. Let me remind you, y'all. Let me remind you, I was still trying to learn a lot. Like, I was still learning about being a part of the gay community, of the LGBTQ community. I was still learning so much after coming out. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all that I know a lot now. I know a good bit now than I did back then. Like, I know a lot now, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with saying that you still have a lot to learn, because you do. Like, we all do. And I'm not going to say that my experiences trying to find that special someone has been good, because it has not been good. It had came to a time where I thought everything was good, but at the one point I ended up messing things up, but it wasn't my fault. Well, I will take accountability for some of those things, because me being an Aquarius, when it was time to put the big step in the relationship, putting the big pep in my step, when people were asking me, I'm thinking I'm ready to move on. I'm thinking I'm ready to try to be in a relationship. And then I be the one to put the stop on things. I get cold feet. And I end up telling people that I don't think I'm ready. Well, honestly, I'm going to tell y'all, I let my insecurities get in the way. And I probably told y'all this 1,000 times in my other videos when I talked about other people's. I think I let my insecurities get in the way, because I let my insecurities win. I let my insecurities take over my happiness, and I know that's not how it's supposed to be, but that's exactly what happened. I let my insecurities win. But if I haven't went through those situations, and if I haven't let my insecurities get in the way, I wouldn't have never learned what so much is. I'm not saying that I'm the best at finding love. I'm not saying that I'm the best at, trying to be strong, because I'm not. I'm a wink link. But hey, who isn't? Like, we all gonna have our times, and we all gonna have our moments where we're gonna break, where we're gonna be weak-minded. Because I'm gonna tell you, I was weak-minded a couple of times, and I'm not afraid to tell you. And I will say this, I've let people's words butter me up so bad when trying to find love, when trying to be in love, when trying to settle down. I let people's words butter me up. I let people's words for about 1 or 2 days that we've been talking. I let their words butter me up, because at that time and at a point of time, I was in desperation. I was desperate to be with somebody, because I did not want the fact of being alone. But now, that's when I was younger. But now that I'm 30 years old, and now that I went through so much experiences, I I've learned, like, hey, you do not have to be desperate because you don't have anybody. It's best to be alone than to go through drama, than to go through the heartbreaks, than to go through the toxicity of things. I might not be saying the right things, but I can say pride to me means so much to me. I'm so happy to be a part of a community that, that is loving in some cases, that has taught me so much, that I'm still learning about, because pride means everything to me. And if it wasn't for peoples like James Baldwin, if it wasn't for peoples like Marsha P. Johnson, Harvey Milk, Sylvester, Ruth Powell, and so many other peoples, I really feel like we wouldn't be in this era where we are today. And for the transgender women um, that have, made a mark, that is still making marks. But I really want to say this. If it wasn't for the transgender women in our gay community, like peoples that started the era of Pose. But let me give y'all a little history. Hector Extravaganza, or Evangelista, Hector Evangelista, if I got it correctly, he started Pose. And they made it into this TV show. And I love this TV show. It's one of my favorites. And that's when a lot of peoples in the transgender community, the LGBTQ community, the transgender women in our community, the Black and Latino transgender women, and the Black and gay Latino and Black men came together and performed ballroom, if I got it correct. Because I will say this, the reason a lot of Hispanics and Black peoples in our community that is gay, that comes together in some aspects and get along, because when you think about it, we are minorities. We are minorities. Us Black and brown peoples of the community and Black and brown Hispanic peoples of the community. We are minorities because we face similar things. We face rejection of coming out of the closet as gay and being a part of the LGBTQ community. And it's like we face discrimination, we face racism, we face colorisms of us being too dark, of us being too light, and all this and that. And let's not forget the fact, oh, you're gay? Oh, wow. No, we would not accept this. Do you know how many peoples in the Black and gay community? Do you know how many peoples in the Black and brown, Black and Hispanic community and gay community that has been kicked out of their house because they are coming out to their parents or coming out to their family members, and better yet, expressing their truth for who they really are and who they really love and want to be with? That's kind of like, that's really true, and that really what happened in, the real world. Like, it's still happening. It happens on TV shows, and it's still happening today. And I just want to say, pride means so much to me, and I love everybody in my community. And I'm going to say this. I don't care who is in my family. I don't care who is my friends. If they come out to me as gay or bi or anything like that, you know what I'm going to do? If I had a child and if they came out to me saying that they like this, that they like that, and they're part of the community, the LGBTQ community, the gay community, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to still love my child regardless. I'm going to love my child regardless. I'm going to support my child regardless. And I'm going to be there to support my child regardless. Love my child. Be there for my child. Teach my child what it is like to experience and know what the community is all about. Know the importance of what it is to be a part of a system and of a community such as ours, the Black and gay community, the Black and peoples of color community. I'm just saying, because I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just trying to speak my truth. I might be wrong in some aspects, but I'm just saying. And all this stuff that I'm telling y'all, this is true, y'all. This really happened. The story time that I'm telling you about me, that really happened. I really did go through that phase, and the stuff I'm telling you about pose is true as well. You can look up pose, and I know I'm behind on some videos that I'm gonna catch up on. But yeah, but I want to say what happened to me a couple of days ago. I'm not gonna say the person's name or anything. I'm just gonna say respectfully anonymous person. And I'm just gonna say, we had a conversation, and how we was able to joke around. And I'm guessing when I made a joke, I went a little too far with my outburst, and the person got mad with me, and we was on good terms, and we was talking for about a good amount of time. And the person was mad at me. I'm still single. I'm still single. And I admit I might have been wrong, and I take accountability for my wrongness. But at the same time, I'm not going to keep feeling bad for myself because I done apologize 1,000 times, and I done pleaded, and I want to make amends. Hey, if it can't be fixed, then hey, maybe it was not meant to be, because maybe it was my fault, because of how I said it. But I will say this. I've tried to make amends. I've tried to reaching out, apologizing, tried making amends. If we can be friends, we can be friends. If we can't be friends, that's totally fine, because I'm not going to keep begging for something that, that does not, that does not want to work. I can't force anything. I'm not going to sit back and cry. I'm not going to sit back and be like Mary J. Blige and make every song about being hurt and about being brokenhearted about everything. I'm not going to share no more tears, because I really felt bad about the situation. But I will take accountability. Maybe I should have made that outburst like that. But the thing was, we always were able to joke about things. But I guess this time, it must was, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I respect this person. I respect their feelings. And I respect the fact that, how they feel. But I just want to say, to everybody, don't try to fix anything and work on anything if you just trying to do it by yourself. Because if you don't have the help to fix a situation or relationship, if the person does not want to communicate with you at that moment, if they need time and space and to think things over, give them that time. Because like I said, it's Pride Month. I don't have time to be moping around. I don't have time to be in my feelings about things like that. I've been through enough trauma and tribulations with stuff like that, trying to find love. And at this very point, form of fashion, I would rather focus on what's important, and that's my goals. I would rather focus on something or somebody that knows where I'm coming from, that can relate to me. Because the thing with me, with trying to find love, when I get attached to someone, when I feel like that person is the one, it feels like, boom, something is going to happen. Something always happens. And it is not good. Something always happens. This and that and the third. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. This for everybody. This for my LGBTQ brothers and sisters in the gay community. This for my my straight peoples, all this and that. This for everybody. But I just want to ask y'all something. Why is it that you have a strong connection with a person that's in another state and town, but can't have that same communication with a person that's in the same state as you and about 10 and 20 minutes away from you? I wonder why is that. Now, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends that's in Mississippi where I am. And we are very close. We communicate every day, every other day. We check up on each other. And that is one of the most meaningful things ever. And I'm so grateful for that. But why, when it comes to finding love, I end up getting connection with a person that's in another town, another state, or anything like that. And we have the best connection, best chemistry, best everything, and we can relate on everything. But when it comes to trying to do that in my same state, same city, or this and that the third, it don't go that way. So I want to ask y'all, why is that? Is that a sign where it is saying that I need to get out of Mississippi and better yet go and experience and try the world? Because that's still in my mind. I'm still got that on my mind. I still got that. I want to leave Mississippi and go to Texas. That's still on my mind. And I'm still going to fall into that. That's still in my mind. That's still in my book. Because I'm hoping that my YouTube takes off. I'm hoping that everything works out for the best. Because I really feel if I leave Mississippi and get a fresh start, I really feel like that's one of the biggest things ever. And I feel like that'll really help me a lot. That'll really give me an opportunity and a chance to start over in a new fresh start. I said I might go to Texas. I said I might go to Oakland, California. I said this, I said that. But it's a lot going on. And honestly, life has been lifing for me. And so when you think of stuff like that, when you think of stuff like that, it'd be like, really, damn, like, it sounds so good right now, but I got to figure out and plan, like, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do this. And, I've been saying, I've been trying to save. I've been trying to get every penny, every dime and stuff and, put it together. So, it might take me a little bit of time, but I believe in faith and I believe in changes and I believe in miracles and I believe in blessings and I believe in all of that good stuff. Because whether I'm single or not, whether things work out for me or not in the loving world, I'm not going to let that get me down from my goals, pretty much. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. Because this ain't the first time I've been through rejection. This isn't the first time that I've been betrayed. This isn't the first time where I did the betraying. Because I'm not going to say every time when I was trying to be happy, I'm not going to say that I didn't ruin my own happiness, because, hey, I did. I ruined my own happiness with trying to find love. I end up letting people's stuff get in my ear and get in my head and let me affect my way of happiness, but not no more. I'm going to continue to be happy. I'm going to continue to do my goals with YouTube, and I'm going to continue to go with what I'm going to go with and do what I'm going to do. So pride means everything to me, and I will continue to celebrate pride, and I will continue to support my community, the Black community, the LGBTQ community, the gay community, and I will continue to support my people of color community. If that makes sense, respectfully. But I really want to say, I want to come on here and do this video, and I have to catch up on some videos of peoples that I'm subscribed to. So I really want to say I love y'all, And thank y'all for watching this video. I really want to say thank you. And I also want to vent to y'all about something as well. Ooh, this might be a long stretch. Y'all might cancel me for this. I don't want nobody to get mad at me. But actually, I don't think this will make somebody mad. You know how I said that I had a preference, this and that, the third. I have came to the conclusion I would accept anybody that accepts me and that would gives me the opportunity. But I will say this. Before getting into a relationship or getting to know anybody, make sure you know their background. Know their background. Know who they are completely before you get started dating them. If you are dating outside your race, get to know that person good. Dig in the back of their background so you will know who they are. Because everything that sound good, that look good, ain't good. Let me tell you something. For my late, I'm going to tell y'all something. He may look like a good Denzel Washington. He may look like a good Wilson Cruz. He may look like a good Adam Rodriguez or a good Morris Chestnut. Just because they look good and got a good physique on them, don't mean in reality that they're going to be good in general. Because just because they look good don't mean that they is good. Just because a cookie looks good don't mean it's going to taste good. Just because a cookie is chocolate chip, just because it say it's chocolate chip don't mean it's going to taste like chocolate chip. You know, just my opinion. Always get to know the person first before you get into meeting them, communicating with them, and knowing them, because I had to do that a great amount of time. At a time, I didn't do that. I was just trying to find somebody to have some adult fun with. That's all I was trying to do. I was not caring about anything else. And that's something else what I had to learn about these apps as well, which I don't use these apps anymore. It be so much catfish on these apps, especially Grindr, especially Tinder, especially Tamai. On any app that you dating, people still be trying to catfish and they be trying to lie to you and everything. So, hey, it's best to get to know that person first, dig into their family background, their history and all that. Because, hey, you might date outside your race. You might date a person that is YT. You might be black and you might date a person that's Y2, because there's a lot of that going around these days, especially in the black community and especially in the straight community. So, especially in the black community. So, if you are black and you dating somebody that's YT, the person that's dating you might like you, but the family might not like you because you are this color, because you are dark skinned, because you are black like me. And I'm gonna say this too. You can be a part of the same community. You can be a part of the black community and go with a black person. Because it can be the part and it can be the time where you dating a black person in your own community. Whether you dark skinned and whether they light skinned, whether they family light skinned, they be like, oh no, they like your partner, your significant other can like you, but they family might not like you. Because why? Because you are dark skinned, or because you are light skinned, or because you're the wrong size, or because you're the wrong color. It's colorism. That's what I always says. You know, it's a different standard. You have to look into that, because Just because you are part of the same community does not mean everybody is not going to like you. Does not mean everybody is going to see fit to you. It's going to be something about you that a person does not like. I'm just being honest. And I just want to say this. I hope I'm not going off a topic, but I just want to say this as well. I finally figured out why it's a lot of black men in our community that don't want to date the black women in our community, and why they talk about them the way they do. They say black women are always angry. They say, that they're always angry, that they always want money, that they always want to fight this and that, the third. No, the thing is, because black women in our community is not finna put up with all the stuff that these black men or any man in general is putting down. They not finna keep putting up with these lies, these heartbreaks, and trying to jump on them, fight them, this and that, the third. The reason why these men these days does not want to date a black woman is because, hey, they feel like black women is masculinity, like they too masculine, and they out dating them, like they too much for them, or this and that, the third. They can't handle them, this and that, the third, because they feel like they're going to take something from them. Well, me, if I may say this, I disagree. The reason a lot of black men in our community does not want to date black women, and why some black men don't want to date black men that's part of the gay community, and why a lot of black women don't want to date, why a lot of black women don't want to date a lot of black men, is because, hey, is it because that they've been through so much with the same? Is it because that they went through so much, like in the last relationship what they was in? Like I said, I really don't know, but I really don't understand it. But I'm guessing, they want to try something. They want to try something different, and they want to experience. And I'm not knocking interracial relationships down. I'm not knocking it down, because that seems to happen in this day and age. But it also is so much controversial as well when you think about it. I don't mean to bring this up disrespectfully. I'm trying to be respectful about the whole thing. But honestly, y'all, it's all about respect. It's all about respect. And I will say this. When people date outside their race, they try to make it so controversial. But I will say this, though, respectfully and real. Hold on, y'all. Let me give me a drink of this. And that is this. If you're going to date outside your race, if you are a black man or a black woman, and you're going to date outside your race, don't try to drag down and put down your own race just to make your own partner, just to make your partner, significant other, your husband, your wife, that is not part of our community, feel better about themselves. Don't put down your own race. Don't shade your own race. Don't drag your own race just to make your significant other, your partner, your husband, your wife feel better about themselves. You do not have to put down your own race just because you are dating outside your race. Just because you are dating another race or in an interracial relationship does not mean you have to drag your own community. You can still be happy with that person that you're in a relationship with and drag your race. And what gets me is this. You know, because there's a lot of people that tend to do that. Like, why would you do that and you are part of the community and you was brought into this world by a black woman? Because it's a lot of black men in our community that loves to drag black women for no apparent reason because of what what because of this and that, because of what they do, what they all about and stuff. But it's a lot of black women that drag black men in our community, say they ain't this and that, say they ain't shit, say they ain't this and that, being toxic. Well, if you knew they wouldn't shit and this and that, then why in the hell you still get in the bed with them every damn time and get pregnant with them and still having babies by them? Just to be arguing again the next week or month or two. Like, how does that happen? You know? All I'm saying, love is love. Love who you want to love. Be with who you want to be with. But just don't drag your own community because you are dating outside your race, trying to make your other significant other feel better about themselves. That you can make them feel better about themselves without dragging your own community. But it's a lot of people in our community and in other communities they want to drag their race, drag their own community, which I feel like it shouldn't be like that at all. You know. But having pride and what pride stands for, I'm just happy to be a part of a wonderful community. And I really want to give a special shout out to T.S. Madison because she is truly one of the trailblazers in the transgender community. She is an advocate for us in everything that we stand for. I really want to give a special shout out to T.S. Madison, and to each and every one. Tribute to Marsha P. Johnson, Harvey Milk, Sylvester, each and every one of the legendary peoples that came before us in our community that walked so we can run. Let's not forget the stairwell building, that an incident that happened in 1969. So yeah, it's so much legacy and it's so much behind being a part of a wonderful community, such as the LGBTQ community, the gay community, and the black community, and the people of color community, the black and brown community, and the black and brown Hispanic community. So I really want to say I love each and every one of y'all. And what do y'all think about this video? Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching. And I will see y'all on the next video. Hopefully that is a Hot Gossip Hot Tea video. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I love y'all. Happy Pride. Love y'all. Thank you and bye-bye.